Hey everybody, welcome back to the EQN Sports Desk, all powered by our friends at Ranch Fuel and driven by Holiday Auto Group. Hey, this is going to be kind of a fun one right here. You know, we've been bringing our coverage from the NRCHA Cinch Stallion Stakes out in Las Vegas, and we're going to go back to my roots right here. We're going to go back to some friends of the family. Faith Showalter. Faith, congratulations, first of all, on having a big day. And we don't get to see your mom on camera, but her and I ran together a long, long time ago in the show pen.
Yes.
So it's good to see you, Faith.
Yeah, thank you. Good to see you too.
Absolutely. So, you know, we were talking about, before we jumped up into this show, we were talking about the cutting world, the cow horse world, and you have got a big win here, 218 in the non-pro Derby Rein Work. And this is only, like, what, your second or third show so far?
Yeah, this is only my third cow horse show this far and my first big one. So it feels great to pull off a 218 or a rein.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. So talk to me a little bit. Of course, cutting's the backstory. Let's talk about that a little bit. Tell me about how you got into this and where you came from in the whole horse world.
Yeah. So I've been doing cutting since I was 6, so that's mainly like all I've been doing. And then my aunt Caitlin Showalter owned this cow horse, and she was expecting a baby, so she's like, well, I can't show him. Do you want to show him? And I was like, well, I've never done cow horse before, but I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got introduced to the cow horse world. But yeah, cutting's been, you know, mostly everything I've done, so it's been super exciting to try something new.
So what is it about the cow horse that excites you? You know, Rachel, your mom, we like I said, we've known each other for a long, long time, and it was very, very cool to see your name pop up on this deal, because I knew that was the whole cutting world, and then I didn't know that you guys had drifted over here in the NRCHA at all. So what is it about it? It's a very, very cool world. What drives you to play in this game?
Yeah, I think it's mostly the fact that it's 3 different events, and it's so cool that you can do the cutting, and then you can do the reining, and then you can do down the fence. And I really enjoy going fast. I think, you know, people who know me know that, you know, I love to go, and going down the fence is like the most exciting feeling, and, you know, the reining too, and all that. So I enjoy it from a horse side of things, as far as how these horses can do 3 different events. And I think it's, you know, super special.
So you said something right there. So we're talking to you because of your reining run. Is that surprising at all? Is that something that you've worked on? Or talk to me about the reining side of it, because that's a whole other side of it, right?
Yeah.
So
I've always enjoyed the reining side of the cow horse, really. And my horse that I'm showing, his barn name's Chicharron. He has a super big stop, so that's always been super exciting. Like, whenever I get to do the reining, I'm like, okay, I get to go down there and stop. But no, that's been something that I've really enjoyed working on back at home. And I've been kind of more, you know, nitpick little things about the reining to try to be like, okay, I want to get, you know, those 220s and those 218s. So yeah, I've really enjoyed the reining side of things.
So for somebody that's never done a reining pattern in their life, this guy, talk to me. I've joked about it in the past, but talk to me about getting into that. So you doing your circles, your fast and your slow lopes, but the turns is what has always scared me to death, because I don't know if I could land on that number. Like, talk to me about the first time, like, going through that and learning that discipline.
Yeah. So spins is actually, you know, it's funny because my first show I overspun on both sides, and the other show I spun the wrong way. So it's been...
So you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I struggled with it like a lot. But no, so really what's helped me is I just focus on one spot, and, you know, I count that number. It's 3.5. So I just count 1, 2, 3, and then I'm like, okay, I got to go land on that 3.5. But no, those spins are, you know, it's kind of the make or the break, I think. But yeah.
Well, what a fun deal. And it is very, very cool. That's, you know, that's what's definitely drawn me to the cow horse deal is the 3 different disciplines. So, your background in cutting, so the herd work deal, you feel like, hey, I've may got a leg up on it here. This is what I grew up doing. This is what my family does. And then you throw in the reining, and then you got to go down the fence. And I think that's what makes this particular niche of our industries so special, isn't it? That
Yes.
It's tough.
It is tough. Yeah, it's a very tough 3 events, like you could have it going on in one and then you're like, oh, well, now I got to go do the other. And, it's going to be tough, but that's what makes it so special.
Very humbling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very humbling. So I've got to say, I've got to bring it up just because we were talking about your hat earlier. You've got a Solo Select hat on.
I do, yes. We've worked with Solo Select a bunch with our good show mare, Metallic Missy. They do a lot of the reproduction work for all of us. And, I love what they're doing over there. Again, they got, everything from cutters to cow horse to, barrels and racing studs. So, yeah, I really enjoy what they do.
What's funny is right before we did this, I was listening to a podcast with Mel and talking about she has done such a great job on everything that they're doing, from cow horse, team roping, the entire industry, but talking about the mare power, talking about the incentive programs, full circle in this entire industry. And it's very, very cool. She's kind of a visionary. Melanie is definitely a visionary in what they've done on the mare side of things. And then coupling, and here you are at the Cinch Stallion Stakes, which, that incentive program with the stallions being bought in and then the horses and everything. And it's creating the industry right now all the way around. In my side of it, we talk about the team roping all the time. I'm sure everybody is tired of hearing me talk about the team roping, but every industry is kind of doing it. But at the same time, we're all kind of coming together.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're producing great horses.
Yes.
And
yes.
I think here, Faith, for the next couple decades, we're going to see amazing horses that can cross discipline.
Yes. Like you said about the roping, I mean, now we're, the top roping studs are Metallic Cat studs and Stevie Ray Vaughns and Once in a Blue Boons, and it's really cool to see, those bloodlines cross over into different disciplines.
I love that you even know that. And you're just what, a junior, right?
Yeah. Junior in high school.
A junior in high school. So how is this affecting what you're going to do with your future? Are you looking at this and thinking maybe I need to get into this horse business, or what are you thinking going to college and going further in your career?
Yeah, I mean that's something that I have to figure out for sure, but I mean, the horse industry is getting so big with everything, really. I mean, the breeding side to the owning side to the showing side. So I think, in the future, breeding is definitely something I've always been very interested in and really love breeding our own horses and seeing them go down and show. So, yeah, I'm very interested in the future, but I think, there's good things to come. But I'm not really sure what, I'll be doing. I'm sure I'll still be showing, but it's hard to say.
Hey, you got plenty of time, sister.
Yeah.
You've got plenty of time. But, I've got a daughter who's the exact same age as you. And what's very, very cool right now is maybe in the past it would be, go do something in an industry where you can make some money and then afford your horses.
Right.
I think now, like just listening to you speak about these horses, right now we say, hey, go get a degree in business or whatever it may be, but you can bring that into the horse world and you can have a beautiful life for you and your family in the future. And that is such a great place in the horse industry to be right now.
Yes.
And it's because of everything that's gone on. And Mel is such a huge part of it. And the breeders, the incentive programs, all of that entire industry wide, from barrel racing to cow horse to reining to cutting to whatever it is.
Right.
They've built this deal, and right now we're at a place where it's very, very cool. I know that when I wanted to be a team roper back in the day in the late 90s, my dad was like, man, you're going to be broke forever. Well, now if my kids want to go make rope horses, or my kids want to go make reined cow horses or barrel horses or whatever, and then understand the industry, go do it. Like really
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
truly,
Now's
like
the
go
time.
do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now is the time.
Now is the time. Yeah.
For sure. Well, cool. Well, we've talked about a lot of stuff, but I think we need to go watch you show this horse. So this is especially smooth.
Yes.
All right. Tell me about this horse right here.
Yeah, so he's super easy, really. I mean, going into my run, I just wanted to keep him nice and calm and slow. He changes leads super well, does our fast to our slow. He's super easy to show. I just wanted to make sure that he stays calm because he can get going a little bit, but really just stay slow and clean. I just needed a nice clean run. So here we switch leads, go around. He's a huge stopper, so right here I just sit down, say, whoa. He gets in the ground super good. His spins are super good as well. I just kind of sit back and, kiss, 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 and then stop. Stopped really good. And then here was our biggest stop of the day. Yeah,
Oh, man, I guess, huh?
He gets in the dirt. And, spin the other way. This is not our good side, but still super strong. And then finished off with our stop down the middle, back up. And he was super good, super, super good. He gets in the dirt super nice. So our reigning's definitely our favorite and best event.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So right there, you're showing him in a hack.
Yes, I am. I started showing him in a snaffle early on, but I really liked in, that hackamore, he stays tucked a lot better.
Okay.
In a snaffle, they can get a little bit mouthy. But, he's super good in a hackmore. So I was like, well, I'll show him in Vegas and see how it goes. And so far, it's been super good.
So what were you guys coming into this?
What's that?
What were you guys coming into the reining pattern?
I've lost a cow in my cutting.
Okay.
So I was down a little bit. So I was like, okay, I need a nice, solid, good run for our reining. So I just mostly I was just thinking, stay on pattern, stay clean, no mistakes, and I should be all right.
Sure.
So, midway through I was like, okay, we got something going on. I'm going to push him a little bit more. And then I think that's kind of where we got the 218 from and stuff like that.
Oh, good for you. So that's one thing that is pretty cool about the reined cow horse, like you say. So, all right, I lost a cow over here, but that doesn't mean you're done at all.
Right.
Having these three disciplines is what is so cool about this, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, at another show, I led it going into the cow horse, and then, the cow horse is your make or break, really. It comes down to that last event. And yes, having three different deals does help for sure.
All right, so talk to me as a cutter. Tell me about going down the fence.
Yeah, it's very different. Cutters, we don't chase cows. That's like it's a big no-no. So they're like, okay, you need to get behind the cow and drive it down that fence. I'm like, really? I don't think I should be doing that.
Yeah.
But no, it's been super fun. The cow or the fence work, I should say, going down the fence and stopping. But it is difficult, I will say. I didn't, watching it and all that, I was like, okay, this, it looks easy, right? Like I can go do that. That's fine.
Anybody can do it, right? Yeah.
Right. And that was like my mindset. I was like, okay, that's easy. And then doing it, you're like, oh gosh, there's so many variables. Like if it comes off the wall, I got to go and loop it, or, I need to decide if I need to go get one more turn or one more circle or anything like that. So no, it is definitely really, difficult, I would say, but it is very, enjoying once it goes right.
Absolutely. What do you think that going down the fence, like I'm right there with you. I've never done it. You've done it, but watching guys and gals go down the fence, those variables that you talk about. When from the first time that you went, which is not too long ago until now, what are the things like stick out to you the most that you're like, oh my gosh, I never even thought about that, but that's something I really got to think about. Like, what is it? Is it timing? Is it distance off the cow? Like, what are those things to you that really stand out?
I think, honestly, making decisions in the moment. Because really, I mean, each cow is very different. Each run is very different. So even when you're boxing the cow, you got to teach the cow, okay, I want you to go this way and I want you to go that way. So, I mean, that surprised me alone. I thought, when you're driving it along the wall, you're just,
pushing them up the fence. Yeah.
Right. but really you're like, okay, that cow only wants to go left, so I need to really make it go right. So that's, a huge deal, and how you box your cow is how you set up your fence run. So that's something that really surprised me. And then, yeah, as far as knowing where to be on that wall too, like, okay, I can't be on top of the cow, but I also can't be too far behind it, or I'm gonna, be too far away. So it's really just decision making in the moment that I've struggled with, and it's very surprising that I'm like, oh gosh, I got to do all this and I got to think about this at a rapid speed. So yeah, very, very different than what I'm used to, for sure.
Right. The appreciation level for the cow horse, talked about it so much, but the appreciation level. So follow the cutters for, I don't know, 15 years of my life, and to be able to see, and that's one discipline, team roping, one discipline, barrels, one discipline. As a young competitor like you come in here, yeah, I've got a cutting background, and I can understand where everybody's at, because it's like, you know what, yeah, I know that in the herd work, I can go make this happen.
Yes.
And I can get through a reining pattern, and I can get through down the fence. But when you put it all together, we can all sit here and think that, and until you go lay your hand down, it's a different deal. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Faith, thank you so much, and please give your mom a hug for me.
On.
Oh, it's so great. It was so fun. It was so fun to see you do this. So, friends, we're going to be continuing to bring you all of this action from the Cinch Stallion Stakes out at the South Point Hotel and Casino in Vegas, and it's very, very fun. The Showalters take me back to a whole other time in my career, years and years ago. The announcing cuttings for years and years. And so much fun to see this family taking on, and Faith out here in the cow horse. So remember, friends, a big thanks to our friends at Ranch Fuel for all that they're doing for us. They're bringing us all this continuing coverage. And I am Dru Stew. This is the EQN Sports Desk, all driven by Holiday Auto Group. And we will see you here in just a little while.